A couple of weeks ago, I tried to sell some furniture online and a Nigerian scammer tried to rip me off with a fake check. Well, I convinced him that there was a better way to make money. And now he's willing to expose his entire operation if it means leading a better life. So it turns out that Emmanuel was really conflicted about giving me this information. He said, "I want you to understand me. We have seen several cases of scammers being fooled with help like this. They are comprehended." Does he mean apprehended? He said, "I stopped responding because people told you might be an FBI or Interpol trying to track me." Now what's the fun in turning a scammer over to the FBI? I would much rather help this scammer use his talents for something worthwhile. He said, "Bend before God and man. Are you going to use any of this against me?" I said, "No, we're going to show the world the truth about Nigerian scammers. Your personal information will be kept anonymous." And with that promise, Emmanuel provided everything that he could gather. So without further ado, let's jump right into the Nigerian scammer secret report. It's probably the right time to tell you that this guy's real name isn't actually Emmanuel Lucas, but because he's risking everything to give us this information, we'll just continue to call him that. Now here's the thing about living in Nigeria. It can be rough. There's poverty, there's corruption, and sometimes you think that the only way to survive is to scam. Emmanuel says that nearly half the youth in Nigeria are involved in internet scams. They're known as Yahoo boys. You have romance scams, you have check scams, you have weird voodoo rituals where they sacrifice other humans for good luck. But when Emmanuel was desperate and needed to feed his family, he asked his friend to introduce him into check scamming. So here's how it works. First, you need people on the ground where you're scamming. So Emmanuel created a fake company called OnPay Payroll Services and placed ads on Craigslist looking for employees. Emmanuel promised to pay these people if they would mail checks for him. All they needed was a printer and some software. So Emmanuel would recruit people to be his eyes and ears on the ground in the United States. And this whole time they think they're working for a guy named Raymond who runs a legitimate third-party payroll company. Emmanuel and others would then scour classified ads looking for people who are gullible enough to accept a fraudulent check. It's kind of like phishing. Sometimes you're sending out hundreds of texts, but eventually you get someone to bite and they accept a certified check from you. That's when Emmanuel contacts an employee nearest to the seller. He tells them to print off a check and he provides them with a mailing address. When the seller receives the check, it's usually more than the asking amount. Emmanuel tells them to cash the check and use the extra money to pay the moving company via Western Union. The scammers are always anxious because they know it's only a matter of time before the bank catches on and the check bounces and the funds are deducted from the seller's bank account. And if the seller has already wired the money, they're out hundreds of dollars. Now you might be wondering if anybody actually falls for these things. Well, after the hundreds of attempts that Emmanuel made, he was able to scam 3 individuals out of a lot of money. And so, for your entertainment and benefit, I have dramatized the following scams of Emmanuel Lucas.
Ladies and gentlemen, the story you are about to see is true. The names have been changed to protect the innocent.
Good morning, Raymond. Your check is cleared.
Hello. Can you send the shipper funds now?
How am I sending the funds? I thought I was giving to him with the pickup of the furniture.
No. Go and read the mail I explained to you. They need to receive the funds before they start picking up.
Am I taking out cash to get to the guys picking the furniture up or a check?
You are giving them cash. Can you go and send the funds to them via Western Union now?
No, I'm sorry, I can't now. Better if I do it online.
Yes, you can do it online.
The question is, will they really pick up? I've been paid already. I just want to make sure all is legitimate and not some kind of money laundering scheme.
Oh, don't worry at all. This is my business that I have been doing for 9 years. If my shipper can receive the funds from you today, I am sure the scheduled pickup with you soon can be today if possible.
I'll be honest that this is all very odd. If you mix me up in anything bad, I'll find you and it won't be good for you or anyone involved with you.
Oh, trust me, I will never hurt you. I trusted you and I won't fail you.
Very few people can hurt me. You need a gun and be very quick shot or at least 5 people.
How much are they supposed to get? How will they receive?
I think the easiest way to get the funds to the shipper is via Western Union. Can you do that now so pickup can be scheduled right away? You receive $970 and you are to deduct $180 from it. So you are to send $790 to them.
All right, I'm sitting outside the bank waiting for it to open at 9. I'm going as fast as I can.
Oh, thanks for your time. And do keep me updated.
I'm looking after my 10-month-old baby, so hands full. He'll be asleep soon, though. Thanks for your patience.
Okay. Do text me as soon as you get the funds and head into Western Union.
Have the money, headed to Western Union.
Okay. Do you have the information with you? Michael Benjamin, 30283 Ford Road, Westlands.
Benjamin is first name, correct?
Michael Benjamin. Michael comes first. Did you get that?
Yep.
I will be awaiting an update from you.
Okay.
Hello.
I'm with the Western Union person now. We'll send you the receipt shortly.
Okay.
Money in minutes is a $66 fee, or next day is a $44 fee. Which do you want?
Money in minutes.
Done.
Can I have the sender name and address?
Michael Benjamin, like you said.
Snap the full picture of the receipt. Got it. Thanks. We'll update you soon.
MTCN number 806-214-1637 for $820.
Thank you. I will have my shipper contact you as soon as possible.
I haven't heard from them yet.
When will the furniture be picked up?
Are you there?
They totally fell for it. They wired their money and they never heard from Emmanuel again. Emmanuel would then receive his money from Michael Benjamin, the same guy he tried to get me to wire money to. Who is this guy? Emmanuel originally told me that he was the mover, but that's a bunch of crap because this isn't about furniture, this is about money. So I said, who's Michael Benjamin? Is he like the ringleader for all of this? Emmanuel said, we call him Picker. He is a US citizen. He lives there. We fooled him thinking he is working for a charity company. I said, do you pay him? He said, yes, we give him 10% on every pickup he does. So once again, these scammers have hired a US citizen by placing a fake ad online. Michael Benjamin thinks that he's working for the Conrad N. Hilton Foundation, collecting money from donors and then sending it to places and countries all over the world where they're doing charity work. But in reality, he's sending the hard-earned dollars of poor Americans to Nigerian scammers. Somebody's got to get a hold of this guy. I said, this is quite an operation you've built. And Emmanuel said, is this the end of our relationship? I don't want to scam again. I just thought to myself, this guy is a freaking criminal, and he's caused some real damage to some real people. And if he's even going to think about turning his life around, he's got to clean up his mess, and he's got to compensate his victims. And so, I turn to you, the people of YouTube. Are you willing to help a man right his wrongs? Are you willing to help him compensate his victims? If we put him to work, and if we publish his secrets and his story, will you support us? Will you pitch in a few bucks, and will you back us? Because how this story ends is completely up to you.
It seems that things just ain't